Like and subscribe right now, or else this will be in your bed tonight. r/ask Reddit by Planet Reddit. What is the thing you envy of the opposite sex? No ducking periods. Women envy men for biological reasons. Men envy women for sociological reasons. Very interesting observation. I hate making the first move. Would be nice not to have to. I believe what I say next has to go for both genders, but when people call others dense I really feel for them because it's so hard to tell with people. One person's being friendly is another person's flirty is another person's OMG have me RN. Was really flirty and kinda handsy as a teen. I like the attention. In high school I don't remember just being nice to someone or even some mild flirting and suddenly they think I want a duck. Now 10 years later and I feel like I just have to be a stone cold bitch all the time because casually being nice or even flirting a little gets me hit with can I get your number? I don't know if it's me that changed or the entire goddamn world, but I'm no longer a fan of the attention. Not being ridiculed for being emotional and vulnerable. Oddly enough, this could go for both sides. Men get ridiculed for that, and women are just expected to be emotional and vulnerable. Agreed. If a man is emotional or vulnerable then he is a wimp, abuser, etc. If a woman is over emotional or vulnerable she is a drama queen. Having that time of the month etc. I think in general, society deems being emotional as a weakness, as it can get in the way of productivity. We need to be more understanding to our fellow humans and listen to people when they're upset. Being able to whip it out and pee anywhere easily and not having to use toilet paper to dry off. Okay, but random boners right before having to give a presentation is some bullshit. I guess there is that. Still trying to figure out our equivalent to that. Menstruation is all I can think of and it makes perfect sense. But I feel a random boner is worse than accidental blood stains or starting in public at school. For some reason, periods are viewed as more natural, or at least I think. What I mean is, it's poor girl and understanding versus you and disgust or discomfort. Clothing options. I feel like women have such a broad range of clothing options compared to men, and you can wear leggings without being seen as weird. I'm going to counter this with a lack of functional pockets. I'm going to parry with the availability of men's pants. Multiple orgasms. Straight up. Not all women are capable of multiple orgasms. I'm not sure how common that is though. I ain't even capable of one WTF. Being able to pee your name in the snow. How much water do you drink? A lot. Still will never be able to accomplish this. Not carrying the risk of accidentally crushing your balls. Thanks for making me instinctively tense up. I just felt it. People taking their reports of sexual assault seriously. I legitimately don't know what sex you are from this comment and it's kind of sad. I mean, I know as a male, many would scoff at the idea of a male being a rape victim, especially if the rapist is a female. But it's not like females have it much better off. It's a long ducking road either way and people are going to doubt your story regardless of your biological features. Honestly, if you're a victim of something in American culture, you're kinda screwed. The particular way that it sucks is differentiated by gender, but dominant systems aren't going to take you seriously either way. There's a long road ahead, but it's been getting marginally better for women. Not sure if the same can be said for men. How easy reproduction is for men. Yes, I understand they have their own issues, but I would swap any day. The constant unease when you know you are close to your period. Is it discharge or did I bleed? If I stand up will I leave a mark? The monthly general uncomfortableness, pain, moods, bloating and cost of periods. The side effects of birth control and cost of it. The fear of unwanted pregnancies. The stigma of abortions. And the fact men don't have to screw up their bodies to bring kids into the world. Very envious of this. I've used menstrual cups for about 2 years and it's liberating. A bit messy but liberating. I have one Lena cup that holds 25 milliliters of blood. You just put it up there and you're good for up to 12 hours. I don't need pads, tampons, pantaloons. I can swim without issue, sleep without waking up with the gush, and exercise without getting gross. Way lower chance of leaking, spotting, once you get the hang of insertion. Highly recommend. As a man, Being able to be friendly with kids that aren't my own and nurturing in general without being worried about how it's perceived by others. Well, some at least, as being sinister or weird. Don't like to say good things about myself. Raised to be modest and all, but I'm really good with kids. Able to engage with them at a level they understand and teach them while being friendly. Probably comes from having a sis 6 years younger. Be patient, entertain and protect. I understand why people are suspicious these days, but if I was a woman I don't think I'd have to worry about it so much. That would be nice. Screw having periods, though I have some friends who are often absolutely wrecked by those. LOL, how soon till someone posts asking what is the thing you don't envy about the opposite sex, do you think? Have you thought about becoming a teacher? Not having your body torn up by pregnancy and giving birth. Right under this comment is a dude who's envious of woman's ability to give birth. Haha, humanity. Am I right? I mean, technically you don't have to do that if you don't want to, lol. Not having to worry about your safety around the opposite sex. I have come to appreciate this. Just hearing from female co-workers in retail how some customers sometimes act. Conversely, not worrying how my presence affects people of the opposite sex. Am I walking too fast behind this woman? The emotional support. I may have a dong, but I do have heart as well. However unbelievable and surprising it may sound, I always appreciate someone showing they actually do care about me. I always treasure it. I find it unbelievable people actually think dudes don't have feelings and don't like compliments. I've heard that you guys don't get complimented often, and when you do you treasure it. And I feel like it should be a normal thing, just like most girls, although most of us, I assume, also treasure them. I can remember multiple specific instances of someone who wasn't a family member or so complimenting me, and they all stand out as treasured memories. Of course, it's nice that I have those warm memories, but it would be nice if I had more material to work with than 5 years ago that a high school classmate said my shirt was nice. Easier ability to age and it not be considered something to hide or cover up, but something that can even be seen as more distinguished or respectable. From my point of view, also women don't have to hide the fact they're aging. I found more respectable someone who accepts the fact of getting older than those who try to hide it at all cost. Society generally has bias towards handsome older men, though. We can date well below our age and can be seen as highly attractive into our 50s. Women don't have the same longevity for sex appeal. Divorced dads have entered the chat. My oldest brother won custody of his 2 kids. The state was Oklahoma if you're curious. Wikipedia.org link. Not having to deal with the side effects of birth control. Telling men you like pop is 100% effective with no side effects. Hahaha, unfortunately I also take it for period related reasons too. Girls can have average looks and get filled their inbox with messages. It gets so ducking lonely though. You might like attention from the opposite sex, but it's mostly creepy gross people who want to duck you and nothing else. Think of it like being a stand-up comic. When you're the audience, it's obvious which jokes are funny, and the ones that don't land seem really pathetic. But try getting on stage and suddenly it's next to impossible, and you're getting booed by people who have no idea what you're going through but think they're experts. Being a man means celibacy or getting on stage and trying to make a hostile audience like you. I'm sorry you have to sit through so many unfunny jokes, but seriously, don't tell me it's worse than being the one telling them. I want a dong. I want to stand and pee, jerk off easier, and it looks fun. You forgot you can wiggle it like a propeller. The helicopter. I just want to be listened to. You have no idea how impossible it is to be a woman in a small town where everyone still holds the same 1950s values. Nobody ever takes me seriously. Nobody listens to what I have to say. And nobody thinks I have good ideas until a man repeats them. And I can't even get angry about it because then I get you're cute when you're mad. Or is it that time of the month? Also, being able to exist on the internet without getting pictures of people's genitals sent to me all the time would be nice. Not being expected to constantly think, plan, strategize, and carry out all household chores while being successful in a professional career. You gotta share that burden. I shouldn't fall on one party. Agreed. But I also don't want to be the one to teach anyone how to do it either. If someone from my sex beats someone of opposite sex, People, I might report the police if someone from the opposite sex beats someone from my sex. People, he must have done something wrong. Totally worth the beating. I agree with this so much. I saw a story of a guy who got assaulted by a woman and he pushed her away, yet he got faced with charges. I imagine this was commented by a male, and I hate this mindset so much. People need to see that both crimes are equally bad. I saw a post in r/Intanipia Professor book and there was a news report of a woman raping and then killing her husband, and people were in the comments like, well, he probably deserved it. Besides, women get raped all the time, so who cares? And that is so terrible. Who thinks that's okay? More acceptable to be a stay-at-home parent. I just wanna raise a shitload of kids, damn it. I know a dude who owns TF out of being a dad. His wife is a workaholic, loves the stress of work, he'd rather watch the kids and live at their current income level than send them to daycare when they're old enough for school. He's got plans for work. Everything. Signed, your local transgender. Was looking for this XD. Not getting a boner at the funeral service. I mean, my grandfather is hot, but come on. My grandfather never looked hotter than when he was being cremated. Join our community Discord, link in description. I remember leaving a friend's house with my year-old baby girl and she was not having it. As I carried her to my car, she was crying up a storm. I have never felt more judged or nervous about carrying my own child as I did on that 30-second walk to my car. My wife and other moms just didn't understand why I felt nervous. Try the same with a baby that doesn't match your skin color. My wife is black and I am white, so our kids are a blend between. Try walking out the door at Walmart with a screaming kid that doesn't match you and security is on you like stink on shit. Being less susceptible to contracting UTIs. Shit's painful. Whip a frontaback, use a new condom, pee right after and amine right after, soap doesn't kill vibrators, you see clean finger, I fire workout, don't wait till morning to shower. And they didn't tell me that in sex education. I'm so lucky I learned all that in Yahoo Answers, Reddit, and my doctor's office before getting bottom surgery, because that would have gone very badly. Men are also asymptomatic to HPV. Meanwhile, it gives women cancer and genital warts. Easier to date. Guys will literally buy stuff for you just for a date with them and the choice. I once put my face on the Snapchat app to switch genders on Tinder and there were people saying they would Venmo me for a conversation. I was disgusted in 10 minutes and deleted that profile. I got 99+ matches. They don't have to wear makeup and have clear skin to be considered good looking. But I do need a jaw. I've never met a woman that finds a circle head attractive. Maybe just me. I'm super into beards for whatever reason, so usually I don't see the jaw. Pretty much nothing between periods. Being expected to shave and pluck your body hair. Mouth breathers occasionally harassing you in public. Not being able to piss standing up. Huge disadvantage when it comes to public toilets. The hours-long hair and skincare routines every night. Whatever the duck else the poor ducks have to deal with. I see no significant advantages whatsoever. If anything, you couldn't pay me to be a woman. No matter how unattractive they are, a woman will find it easier to find someone willing to sleep with them than men. This is the greatest comedy, that they have it all and don't want it, and men want it all and don't have it. Their height. I wanna be tall too. Bro, I'm 5 featuring possibly 4 feet 11, but we don't talk about that. And my younger brother keeps teasing me about how he's taller now and I just not having periods. My current birth control means I haven't had a period in 6 years, but I live in dread of that disgusting, dirty, sweaty feeling. Always preparing for leaking or staining and painful cramps. I have an overactive bladder. I do anything to be able to neatly pee in a bottle. IDK duct tape a funnel. Walking home at night without fitting my keys through my fingers. Just a quick tip in case you are really doing that. Don't put keys between your fingers. Keys aren't Wolverine claws. If you punch someone like that, it's gonna mess your hand up and essentially render it useless after the first punch. Since, based on your comment, you live in a dangerous area, I would suggest considering a shocker or a pepper spray instead. Even just bare fist is better than that. But if you are into fighting with your fists either way, get a brass knuckle. Get one that fits your hand well. Most ICUs ones that are too big, or perhaps moving to a safer area in general. I'm a man and I'm still terrified of walking in the dark. Most men are. The ability to hold another ducking being in their body for 9 months and then give birth to it. I'm good with skipping that. Seems like a bunch of heartburn, swollen feet, and kid playing bat off your ribcage. I'm sure people vary, but for me it was about 2% OMG my body is amazing, 2% detached scientific interest, 10% neutral, and like 86% physical inconveniences of various kinds. Being able to have multiple orgasms in one duck session and not get the energy sucked out of you. It does wear us out, or at least I think it does. It does for me. Anything beyond 4 for me makes me super tired, and as soon as my partner and I stop I crash and fall asleep almost immediately. 4 is my record for a day. 4 in one session would straight up kill me. The romantic attention that they tend to get, and the emotional support they seem so easy to provide. I know that the attention very easily, and often, becomes uncomfortable in many ways, but it would still be a different feeling to have some thrown my way, and the emotional side of it would be refreshing since people seem confused that I do, in fact, have them. Assuming you're a dude. And yet, girls definitely seem more willing to give emotional support when they're actually good friends. Of course, I think it's stupid that people assume men don't have feelings, and I hate how people assume that women should always be kind because it's a motherly instinct. I think a lot of it is social norms, and the fact that men shouldn't cry and should always be strong when that's terrible advice for anybody. Since NSFW, boobs. Having a million different ways to masturbate, the penis is remarkably boring. There's really only one way to do it for guys. Don't have to act or be tough, or that the entire sex isn't blamed for a majority of crime and horrific things in society. Essentially they have the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the law, and subsequently less likely to be wrongly prosecuted. Having to not worry about getting kicked in the junk. D. I've got news for you buddy. It still hurts for women. A couple things as a guy dude. Not expected to make the first move by default. I am very shy. Having me time seems a lot more fun as a woman. And I am very jelly. Def not being in extreme pain every month. And having your pain be taken seriously by medical professionals in general. Society giving a damn about their feelings and challenges. Not having periods. Not being seen as always chasing sex. I hate that I can't sit down and get to know someone without them thinking that I want to get in their pants. Also, people cross the street so they don't walk next to me at night. I've started crossing the street first so they don't have to and because I don't want anyone to feel unsafe. I totally understand why this happens, and why it should happen, and I support people protecting themselves. I just wish we didn't live in a society where this was necessary. Not having to keep my keys between my fingers for self-defense and constantly be on guard when taking walks in the wood or walking home late at night. How easy it is for them to hook up with straight guys. Trans homies flock. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for 3 videos a day.